McWhorter Custom Rifles presents
Allan and Dustin are the lucky ones out of the office this week. They're out here doing some product testing and development. Allan's going to be shooting the new 6.5 PRC he's been working on, and we're hearing that it's a really good round, so I can't wait to see what that's going to do. Dustin's shooting a 6.5 Weatherby, a tried and true cartridge, and we know what it'll do. We're looking forward to a really good week here in the Texas Panhandle. First week in November, bucks are starting to rut. Should be a great hunt.
Precision Hunting TV is brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles, Macmillan Fiberglass Stocks, Swarovski Optique, and Barber Creek Shooting Academy.
Over the years, we've hunted just about every last part of Texas imaginable for big whitetails, except for the Panhandle of North Texas. But this week, we are headed there with our good friend Larry Ellis of EWA Outfitting.
Well, my pin that Larry sent me says I'm only less than a mile away from the ranch we're hunting on out here. This is his ranch that's leased, about a 5,000 acre lease in North Texas, and he's got some really good bucks out here. We were anxious to get there and get the McWhorters out. We shot them before we left, so we know they're dead on, and can't wait, boy. North Texas, never have hunted North Texas before, and this sounds like it's gonna be a good hunt.
This part of North Texas looks and feels exactly like the places we've hunted in Oklahoma for a number of years. The bucks have those big-bodied Midwest genetics and are completely different from their South Texas cousins. After arriving at the property, Larry had some fresh trail cam photos to show me right off the bat.
Here we go. Read them and weep. Yeah, that big old extra dagger point right there. Yeah. That's awesome. That's cool. A cool buck.
Good brow tines, good beams, good chocolate color.
Just a good solid.
You know what I like about this picture better than anything?
What's that?
The color of the sky is light.
It's daylight.
He's that's what you do. You find bucks that are daytime, and you got a bunch of them out here that are daytime.
A little warm this evening, but let's go give it a heck.
All right.
We made a game plan for the first sit and erected a pop-up where we'd have a perfect 300-yard shot with the wind straight in our face.
All right, Allan, let's see what we got right here. Here you can still shoot if they come out of that draw, and then you got it anywhere clear all the way through there. Let's do it right here.
All right.
Yeah, you got a good lane right there.
All right.
All the way through there, buddy. All we need is a deer.
All we need is a buck. Well, here I am, fresh off my Oklahoma muzzleloader hunt. Killed a really big buck up there and still got the battle scar to prove it. And I'm sitting in a blind overlooking a big valley here in North Texas, hunting with a good friend and outfitter extraordinary Larry Ellis of EWA Outfitting, feeding this lease and running trail camera survey for the last couple months. He's got some really big North Texas deer up here. That first tail of the rut is going on right now, so there's a lot of does down here in this area and on their areas too, so we're looking for some rut action and some big bucks. For this hunt, I got my 6.5 PRC. This one's built on a board in action with a Brooks barrel, 26 inches long, 3-port side brake. Got a Macmillan at Apex LR stock that they make exclusively for us. This one's got a Trigger Tech trigger set at about 1.5 pounds. It's topped with Hawkins rings and a Swarovski 3.5 to 18 by 56 with a 4WX reticle. Got a Trigger Tech trigger set about a pound, which I hope I get to feel here in about an hour. And shooting 135 grain Burger Classic at about 3,260 feet per second. This is one of my favorite new calibers, so hopefully we get it to put it to the test if one of our target bucks steps out here. So we're all set. We got about 5 days to try to kill a big buck here in North Texas. That's my target buck.
This segment of Precision Hunting TV is brought to you by Revolution Safe Company, inspired by Pendleton, rotating gun management made simple.
I'm sitting in a blind overlooking a big valley here in North Texas, hunting with good friend and outfitter extraordinaire Larry Ellis of EWA Outfitting. There's a lot of does down here in this area and on their areas too, so we're looking for some rut action and some big bucks.
As the afternoon progressed, the deer started to move in early. There were plenty of does and young bucks moving into the feed. Later that afternoon, an older age class group of bucks emerged from the trees.
That's my target buck, and he's broken off a 12-inch inside point. I can see the white spot on his horns.
And sure enough, our target buck was one of them. A lot of times the best chance to kill a big buck is the very first time you're sitting in a new area. All of Larry's scouting had paid off big time.
Well, that didn't take long. Wow, what a nice buck. That's our target buck there. That's one Larry been getting daylight pictures of down here. He was a 6.5-year-old. He was a 5x4, but he had a big old 12-inch kicker coming off the inside, and he's piled up out there, and I'm fixing to go get him. I already texted Larry and told him he was down.
One shot with my McWhorter 6.5 PRC, and the buck was down for the count.
There he is. What a pretty buck. Look at that guy, man. He looks good from behind. Woo-hoo. Look at the tines on that joker. Wow. Yeah, he's just like we thought. This is our target buck. Larry sent me pictures of him, and we were looking for him to show up. He's been daylight last couple days, 312 yards, and just knew it was our buck. He's a 6.5-year-old 5x4, and he had a 12-inch kicker, got good brows, good beams, long threes, pretty good 2s and 4s, and just got some stickers and just a lot of character in this buck. You know, this is a really good buck for North Texas, and Larry does a great job up here on this North Texas property. And the 6.5 Weatherby did the rest of the work. That's the 6.5 PRC,
It's built on a board and short action with a Brooks 26-inch number 5 fluted barrel, side-ported muzzle brake by Hawkins, and it's got a Apex LR McMillan stock they make exclusively for us. Trigger Tech trigger set at about a pound. Hawkins 25 MOA rings with a Swarovski X5i in a 3.5 to 18 by 50 with a 4WX reticle, and just a great buck, great hunt. EWA outfitting in North Texas. What a great buck.
Precision Hunting TV is also brought to you by Extreme Wildlife Adventures, Hoff Power Auto and Outdoor Stores, Surge Pro by Biofac Crop Care, and Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Hey, James at Barber Creek. We're going to talk a little bit about the tools that we use for long-range hunting. In this case, we're going to talk about rifle stocks. They're not all created equal. McMillan has been making custom stocks for a long time for different companies, like they are for us and for McWhorter. They have their Pinnacle, we have our Artemis stock, and we have designed these stocks specifically for long-range hunting. Not only are they very lightweight carbon fiber stocks, they call them their graphite model with a light fill, or some come with an enhanced fill. But the designs are really important. So I designed this one specifically for long-range hunting. And what I did is I raised the heel of the stock as high as I could. So this one's 100%. And what that means, if you go straight down the barrel channel or straight down the barrel, the heel comes 100%. Just like if you look at this on the wood here, it's 100%. It stops right here. The purpose of that is when you fire the gun, the recoil is going to come pretty much straight back instead of flipping up. It's reducing muzzle flip, which causes vertical stringing at long range. If you take a standard stock like this out of a Remington right here, if you look down the recoil line, you can see how high the heel is. This gun, every time you fire it, is going to flip. So in other words, when you pull the trigger, it's going to drop in the back and raise in the front. The other problem this stock has is the toe is at such a harsh angle. If you're shooting off of a bag like right here, it's going to dip in the back and cause vertical stringing. If you look at the toe of our Artemis stock, let me move this one out of the way, you can see that the angle is very little. And so that is going to help during the recoil. The other thing about the stock is you want to have a vertical grip or close to vertical as possible. So what we did here is we grooved in finger areas, textured it, and then we laid in thumb embutments in here. So when you grab it and lay your thumb in it, it forces you to grip it properly so you don't twist by over gripping and causing rifle cant. All right. And then of course, flat bottom. We got a little bit of the beaver tail up front here, but the flat bottom to ride a bag, 2-inch rail, of course, and then you've got the sling mount adjustments on here. So having a good stock for long range is going to really help you for long range shooting, because not only do you want a lightweight stock, carbon fiber stock, you also want it to perform like it's supposed to. So I'm going to shoot these guns at long range. Now before I do, I'm going to show you how these stocks slide on bags. So this is a standard Remington, and you'll notice when it comes back, it really drops in the back and raises in the front. Take our Artemis stock, and because it's got a low angle toe on it, it barely drops in the back at all during free recoil. So that's all great, but let's shoot them and see what happens. So these are both 6.5 Creedmoors. That's an HS Precision stock, and this is our McMillan Artemis. Let me shoot it at 1,000 yards real quick, so here we go. Very little muzzle flip, I saw my hit. Let's pick up the other rifle and do the exact same thing. This one here has a angle on the bottom toe. It has a low heel of about a 1/2 inch on the heel. And again, 6.5 Creedmoor. All right, here we go. And on that one, it was a little bit harder to see the hits than what it was on the other stock, on the Artemis stock. So understanding high heels, toes that have low angles, flat bottoms up forward, up front by the beaver tail. And then the other thing I want to cover right here is, let me pull this out real quick, is having a negative comb. So when this stock recoils back, it should break away from your face instead of popping your head up. Stocks are real important, just one of the packages and pieces of a long-range hunting rig. Then you got receivers and barrels and scopes, which we get into as we go on throughout our series. But good stock, good rifle, good barrel, good receiver, good scope, and good training is going to be able to give you the ability to shoot, hunt, and kill things at long range. Another downrange shooting tip from James at Barber Creek.
Precision Hunting TV is also brought to you by Borton Accuracy, Trigger Tech, Brooks Barrels, Capstone Precision Group, Hawkins Precision, and Revolution Safe Company. This segment of Precision Hunting TV is brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue.
You doing good? All right, good to see you, dude. Also along on this trip was my stepson / rifle maker extraordinaire. Dustin was looking for a big deer they had on trail cam that Larry had nicknamed Muley.
We're in here in North Texas. It's about 70 degrees right now. Last week it was about 30s. It's real low, had snow on the ground. We drove 3 hours, got right out here to the stand, drove straight to it. We got a couple of good bucks, a couple of 8-pointers with some unique little features to them. We got some split G2s, a nice little 10. It's gonna be a good afternoon. Hopefully we can get it before it gets dark and before the rain comes in. It's kind of warm today. It's in the mid-60s probably, but it's supposed to cool off a lot overnight, possibly snow. Let's see what comes out. He's coming this way.
Dustin had made an absolutely perfect shot with his McWhorter, and Muley was down for the count.
That is a good looking buck. Look at there. That's awesome.
He looks good.
Forks. Got an extra point there I didn't even see.
He's curving in hard.
Yeah, good long main beams. He's trying to put on another point there. Man, that is cool. Here we are, November the 6th.
North Texas.
Texas Panhandle. He's pretty, man. Just a pretty buck. That's a good deer, buddy. Great deer.
Sure.
Congrats,
Yeah.
buddy. That's an
Sure
awesome
appreciate
deal.
you coming
Made a
in.
great shot. Put the hammer on him with the old, what are you shooting there, 7 STW?
6.5 Weatherby.
6.5 Weatherby.
140 specials.
Yeah, they'll do the job. That's a boarding action.
Yes, sir. Board
Brooks
action,
barrel.
Swarovski scope, McMillan stock.
Awesome deal, buddy. Let's get him loaded up and we'll sit around here and wait on Mr. Jim to fire.
All right. Sounds good.
What an incredible trip with Dustin and Larry. Two great looking bucks down, and we couldn't be more thrilled.